Hi guys, my name is JTSanchez, and I am here to tell you a little bit about um, writing and how I became a writer and um, kind of how it all started. I live down the street from a library, and like a lot of writers, first I fell in love with books and I loved being around them. I remember not even being able to read yet, and I would go to the picture book section and open those books and just look at the pictures and kind of in my own head try to figure out what the story was. My house wasn't filled with a lot of books, but being near the library and being somewhere or being near somewhere where there were lots of books really sparked my interest in stories. In fourth grade, I had a teacher that would read to us a lot at the end of the day, and so she went through like the whole Super Fudge series, and she read us a lot of Ramona Quimby books, and I loved that moment so much when the whole class would be quiet and settle down, and she would be up in front of the class and reading these stories to us and doing different voices, and it was just really great. So I fell in love with telling stories and weaving stories together and characters and all of that stuff. And then that very same teacher made us write a story in class. And it was a contest, and she said that we had to enter it. Um, and when I sat down and started writing this story, she gave us the prompt. It was, imagine if you were 3 inches tall. So we just had to build a story around that. And when she gave us that prompt, I just started writing, and I was uh, really, I don't know, I found it fascinating and fun and exciting to build this story and imagine this whole other world and imagine myself as a character that's only 3 inches tall. So it was really cool, and we wrote the story and revised it and all those kinds of things in class. And I ended up winning that contest. She turned it into this contest that all the students in the school were doing, and kids in other schools were doing as well. And it was the most amazing feeling to win a contest like that and to be acknowledged for something that I really enjoyed doing and that I thought was really neat. So that's kind of what started me on my path. And then a lot of teachers along the way um, just kept putting books in my hands that I loved and kept reading books in their classes that I loved. And so they've really kind of nurtured my love for literature and stories and writing. So I told you a little bit about how I started writing and how I fell in love with books and stories, and I thought I'd tell you a little bit about my process and what writing is like nowadays. My writing day usually starts when my kids go to school, and then I head to Starbucks and order a Americano. And then I sit down there for like 2 or 3 or 4 hours writing. Um, Still getting coffee. This is definitely fuel for my writing. So I go there because if I stay at home, I end up doing like a lot of stuff around here, around the house, and I don't want to be distracted that way. So I go somewhere else, and being somewhere else where I can't just get up and turn on the television or something like that really forces me to push through anything that I'm having trouble with, and really forces me to sit down and focus on the writing. Very much a morning writer. I like, kind of hitting the page um, right away in the morning when my thoughts are fresh and when I'm not so tired. It's summertime right now, so my kids are not in school, and it does make writing more difficult because, summer is a busy time. Right now, I'm on a deadline to get my edits done, and I have not been able to step away as much as I'd like to. But, it's still important to get it done. I'm still on deadline. So even though I have this sort of routine that I follow during the school year, um, I still, find the time and make sure that I can get my writing done and get my edits turned into my editor on time and all that. Some advice that I have for you is observe the world and keep reading and keep writing. Just so much of it is persistence, and surround yourself with things that are inspiring. I don't mean that you should wait until you are inspired to write. I think that you can write even when you're not inspired. I think it's important to come to the page, but do surround yourself with inspiration. Whenever I um, don't have a lot of writing or ideas, or I feel a little bit, um, like creatively drained, I look and I surround myself with inspiration. I'll go to an art museum, or I'll listen to music, or make a new playlist, or something like that. Um, uh, I kind of like to surround myself with things that I find inspirational. So that's why I kind of have this backboard that has all these things that I think are cool and I love. Frida Kahlo, Johnny Cash, artwork. So and then over here, kind of more Frida Kahlo, more artwork, um, books. I like to be surrounded by books because they inspire me. Some of my kids' artwork and more books and a record player. So surround yourself by those kinds of things, and just keep working, and good luck.